Hey guys, welcome back to our monthly update. We've been here how long?
20 months.
20 months, and we have a lot to catch up on. This is going from the beginning of March to the beginning of April. So let's jump right into it. We had our soccer team, Blue Stars Academy, all pile in a bus and head over to Kitwe, about 45 minutes away to see our friends over at Next Gen Church. And we got to worship with them, and 3 of our soccer guys gave their life to the Lord for the first time. There was just so much joy on their face as they worshiped the Lord and got a message over there. I wish we could take them every week, but we have to rent like a bus. But of course, the money was worth it for the eternal life of these guys. So it was just awesome to see what our Bible study and youth around here could turn into, and just have a vision for that. The marketing for the surgical camp was next. We had to get everything ready for Dr. Bill Rhodes and his wife Laura and our anesthesiologist Robin from the States, and they all came over, but we needed to make sure that we had a lineup for patients, and we were able to put out the word and get people all the way from the east coast of Zambia to the southern border of Zambia, and we got to treat 27 patients, which was fantastic. We upped our numbers from last time, and we got to see just lives change. But it was super long days, anywhere from like 10 to 14-hour days at the clinic, and I got to work alongside my mom and my dad, and they were just fantastic. And then my brother was on call, and he was able to come over and fix things like the power outage, and the autoclaving machine for sterilization went down, and we got to use his transformers. And yeah, he was a big part of the team, even though he's not medical. So shout out to David.
Yeah, Mark would get up at 5 a.m. and not get home until 8 or 9 p.m. So it was very, very long days, just surgeries after surgeries after surgeries, and just helping as many people as they could, which was just incredible.
Yeah, it was fun. And Jamie was there to back me up with laundry and meals right when I got home so that I could eat and then take a 15-minute nap and then get right back to it. So thankful for Jamie and all the support that she played in that surgical camp.
So on the school side of things, we have finally sent out all of the student sponsor letters. All those new sponsors that signed up in October, November, December time, all the letters have been sent out. So it's like a huge just task that I've been trying to tackle of 170 something kids, and really glad that is done and it's checked off the list.
Yeah, a weight off your shoulders.
Yeah, you take a picture of every kid, a few pictures, and then you get them, sit down with a kid individually, get them to write a letter, and then I take a picture of that letter and email it to their sponsor. And so I'm doing that 170 something times, and it's a lot of work. And sometimes you need that specific child, but they're not in school all week, or you get a photo of them and then you're like, wait, I haven't had them written a letter. And so it's just like all these little details to try and catch up on. Yeah. But it's done.
It's a lot. I don't think I could do it. So we did Kanyenda outreach. It's about 2 hours away, kind of off the beaten path, and we bring a skeleton crew from our clinic. Usually a clinician that can prescribe. We brought a nurse that could do lab with like urinalysis and malaria tests. I was running pharmacy, digging through suitcases, trying to get the medications that the physician would prescribe. And then our driver, shout out to Mwanza, he was doing triage and taking vital signs of the patients. But yeah, it took a small army to see. I think we saw 72 patients in one day, and it is tied to a goat project that one of our partners is running out there, and everybody out there gets free health care who's tied into this goat project. It works on sustainability. And so all of our partners out there who are local Zambians and their families get to come to the church where we're set up, and we get to treat them, not only physically but spiritually.
Yeah. We just this week are finishing term 1 at Kafakumba Christian School. So today is a fun day. We're having like a field day at the school, but all students are done with their end of term exams and testing. And so, yeah, I can't believe it's been a whole term. So we'll now have like a month break. So students will be off, and then they won't come back to school until like May 11th, I believe. So everyone gets a good break to relax and rest and just, yeah, which will be really nice. Nice for me to have a break as well. And yeah, it's been a good term. It's been nice.
Yeah, I like the system better out here because it's not one big break in the middle of summer where you have to read books and occupy yourself for months. It like goes a few months and then a little break, goes a few more months and then a little break, and I think that's the European system.
Yeah.
Because I felt like back in the day when you take 3 months off, you like forget stuff, and
Yeah.
I don't think it's a great system. Anyway, Billy, the guy, he's 30 years old, that we met in one of our village outreaches that was hit by the car. If you guys are following his story, it's on YouTube. And so it was a hit and run in Lusaka, and then they ended up putting a rod in his leg, and then we found him on crutches, and he had a fistula that was tunneling up his leg, and we've been doing wound care, and we even removed the super long metal rod that was in his leg. And he is healing nicely. He was coming 3 times a week, and now he's coming twice a week. Still continuing his pain meds and antibiotics, but it looks fantastic and just really cool to see. I think that's been a couple months of care and a lot of work, but it's just so awesome that he can kind of bend his knee again. He's walking with one cane instead of crutches, and yeah, he's very joyful and very thankful for God finding him through us and bringing him in. So that's been really special.
Yeah, Billy's so sweet. It's been really cool to see the Lord like work through all of that, and Mark's been a big part of telling his story and helping him, and yeah.
I like Billy. Cool guy.
We started a new bathroom block at the school. So we have the primary pre-K through 6th grade is in the new school building, and we have one bathroom block for all of those students, and now we just began construction on the second bathroom block. So the second bathroom block will eventually, once we add secondary over there, can have everyone. And we're just thankful for our donors, our supporters that made that possible. So the construction has begun on that, which is great.
Yeah, and it's moving along really quickly.
Yeah.
So with this surgical camp coming and some of these massive tumor removals, which get kind of bloody and messy, we needed blood, and in order to do that, we needed to bring in the government blood drive to come in and take a bunch of our blood, and then they take it back to their blood bank, and they make sure that it's like pure and do the blood typing, and then when we need blood, we reach out to them and they send us bags of blood. We are building a relationship with them, and so we did not 1 but 2 blood drives. And we got a bunch of people from the community, a bunch of workers here at Kafakumba, and
a bunch of students.
Students that were old enough, I think 15 or 16.
You have to be 16 to donate, and so we went around to the older kids, we went to the teachers and staff, and we're like, hey, if you donate, it would be really helpful because of the surgical camp, but also you get sugar, you get a Coca-Cola, you get biscuits.
Yeah, there is incentive.
There are, yeah. And it's very, like, taboo to donate blood here.
Yeah.
So it's not like everyone's waiting in line to do it just because it's the nice thing to do.
Yeah.
So there is that incentive to donate. But I was really, really proud of our older students, like our grade 9 and grade 10s. Like, they were totally cool. They went over and donated, and that was awesome.
Yeah, Jamie did a good job of getting the message across that not only are you saving lives, but you get a treat with it. So that worked out. We had Youth Day, one of the holidays here, and the Blue Stars Academy really stepped up, and the coach Laston and the captain John were able to rally the troops and start picking up trash all around Kafakumba. It's a holiday, so they didn't need to work at all, But they just came up with this. I gave them a ton of trash bags, and they walked around Kafakumba and they cleaned it up, which was fantastic just to see not only the community coming together with the blood drive, but also like our youth really stepping up and wanting to give back and serve. And that was really special and unexpected.
So we have a new reception class this year since we started a new school year. So majority of that reception class is up on the website with their names. And since it's new students, that means that those students need to be sponsored. So if you would like to sponsor a student, it is $30 a month. We provide 2 meals for the students at school. That covers their school fees because the students don't pay anything to go to school. So you are making an incredible difference in their life by donating and helping Kafakumba Christian School out. There also are a few older kids that are new to the school as well. So they are uploaded at kafakumbachristianschool.org. And you can go click sponsor and find the students under there and see if there's a student you'd like to sponsor.
Yeah. So back to the surgical camp, because that was pretty much my focus for the last month. Not only prepping, but also being there and floating around, doing the media, pretty much doing any job. Nothing was below me, from sweeping to running and grabbing medical supplies to locking up at night and making sure that the pharmacy was locked and all of our cameras were working. It was just really impressive to see that all of our work paid off. This is our second major surgical camp with this doctor and his team, and it ran so much more efficiently and smoothly, which was just awesome to see. This was our first time getting to use our clinic expansion, so we were maxed out. And we were like, oh my gosh, we got to discharge some patients so we can make room for the patients that we're doing surgery on today. Not that we did it prematurely, but it was a lot of coordinating. And again, shout out to my parents for making that happen.
Yeah.
Just really cool to see it all come together. And then we got to partner with somebody that we partnered with last time, Dr. Mwanza. And we had our full-time physician here, Dr. Longo, and we also partnered with a new anesthesiologist, Brian, and got to make relationships with them, the local community. And Dr. Bill was awesome at teaching, and so was Robin, and just showing them the ropes and teaching them stuff that, is American practice, and also at the same time learning Zambian culture and Zambian practices. And together they provided awesome care.
Yeah.
So that was really awesome.
Absolutely.
So the other thing is we're doing a lot of other work around here. We're renovating guest houses right across from us because it is time. And we are expanding our major kitchen that feeds all the workers every day. So we're building a wall, and then we'll have kind of a VIP kitchen in the back. Most of our cafeteria is used for the school kids every day that school is in, as well as the workers. So when we do have groups come in, it's nice to kind of keep them separate, and we're just kind of building that out a little bit and doing some much needed updates. All of our kitchen staff was awesome with this surgical camp. Now they all have matching uniforms, and they're prepping for pastor school. And today is Thursday, Wednesday? Yeah, Thursday. It's Thursday. And the pastors start arriving today and tomorrow, and they're coming from 2 different countries around here, Malawi and Tanzania, as well as Zambia. And we got a bunch of about 100 pastors that are coming. We also have a second pastor school in Congo, but there's about 100 pastors there alone, so we kind of had to break it up. So it's about a month long and a 6-year program. And they will graduate with their pastor's certificate and be able to go back into the village and make disciples. And it's really cool to see these pastors come and travel from such a far distance to our pastor's school, because it's not a good paying job, and most of these people have to be really called into local missions, into pastoral leadership, because they're putting everything on the line. And sometimes, like these deep villages, they'll take up offering, and they might bring a chicken up to the front or some corn up to the front, and the widows might. So it's just really cool to see God work with a little, because little is much in God's hands, and that has proven true since our grandparents moved here in 1999, and even before that in Congo when my grandpa started teaching, I believe in 1964.
Yeah.
So that's coming up, another year and another exciting time for us.
Yeah, so pastor's school, that's what started Kafakumba, if you don't know, in Congo, and started with his grandfather. And so that's pretty much the main ministry. All these things like the school, the clinic, boreholes, all this other stuff, it's like it all started with pastors sitting on a log next to Lake Kafakumba, and his grandpa realizing we need to train up and make disciples and pastor these men and women to go and make more disciples. Yeah. So it's
like a pyramid scheme for Christianity.
Yeah,
but basically. It works. And there's no downside.
But also with another thing with the dorms and everything being renovated, thank you to Amber for doing all that. She's in charge of that, and she's great at it, and she makes everything look nice and pretty. So just had to shout her out.
Yeah.
On my side of things, we are doing a dignity program. So last year I helped run a dignity campaign that was with the older kids, like 8th and 9th grade girls and boys. And the whole program was just about like these students finding their identity in Christ. I mean, we talk about sex and puberty and drugs and alcohol and their identity, and it's all biblically integrated. So today we are doing another training for some teachers at Kafakumba, and we mentioned Caleb and Mallory are here now. So they are interested in that and being involved in that. So we have some teachers this week and next week doing an online training through this dignity campaign in South Africa. They'll be in a Zoom meeting, and so they will get trained, and then in term 2 we will start the 12-week program again for the dignity campaign with our a little bit younger grades, so 7th and 6th graders, and just trying to get these kids to realize, Christ loves them, and just be secure in their identity with Christ and make the right choices. So.
Yeah, that's going to be really necessary because a lot of these topics aren't talked about.
Yeah.
And kids don't feel like they can really ask their parents in this culture. So we're kind of filling in that gap. Well, God is, and we're just the hands and feet.
Yeah.
So back to the clinic, because I'm super excited about that. We're able to do patient interviews. And 2 of them are up right now on YouTube. Check those out from people that came a long distance and weren't able to be helped. Multiple places that they went before, and just really got to see God change the lives of either their kids with cleft lips, cleft palates, or contractures from burns. And shout out to Samaritan's Purse, Scott Hewitt, Becky Williams, Stephen Ryan, David Buckland. They have all been super instrumental in providing instruments. Last time Dr. Bill was here, he was like, I could do some of these cases if I had the proper equipment. So he reported back in Samaritan's Purse. I know you probably heard about the equipment that I've mentioned before, but they sent it out here, and it was so cool to see it finally in action and send Samaritan's Purse pictures and be like, hey, we're actually using this stuff and it's changing lives. And they were really excited to hear about that. We also had an Easter service, a sunrise service. We were not here in Zambia last Easter just due to the autoimmune disease that I was dealing with. We're in South Africa, and it was really awesome to see everybody from our church come together. It's, 6 a.m.?
Yeah, it started at 6 a.m. and we pulled up at 6 a.m. on the dot.
And everyone's
sitting there, and I'm like, oh, we're kind of late to this.
Yeah. We'll be a little earlier next time.
This is not Zambian time for this event.
Yeah, and that was right after the surgical camp, so I was tired of waking up that early. Yeah. Our soccer team, the Blue Stars Academy, has added on a younger soccer team because there were just so many kids that were looking up to our team as role models, and it got to the point where we're like, okay, we got a Blue Stars junior team. And then a bunch of girls were like, I want to play soccer or football here. And so now we have a female soccer team. And Our captain John is helping lead that, and I just heard that there's like 15 girls on that team that want to get baptized. They went through the program with Caleb, and so they understand what it is, and we're going to have those baptisms really soon. So more sisters to meet in heaven one day, and that's really special to see God move.
Yeah, really sweet. So since we have a break coming up, there are some camps happening during break. So a lot of you donated when I mentioned this about a year ago, and so many of you donated that we still have this fund set aside for these girls that want to go to camp or different just school-related events. We have the funds to be able to do fun things like a movie night and popcorn and pizza night. And so we have several girls going over the break. They're going to a church camp, which is all thanks to you that donated. So thank you very, very much.
Yes.
They're very excited.
Your money goes directly to the program.
Yeah.
There's no overhead. Thank God we are fully funded to continue our work here. Thank you so much to our monthly donors. You guys are the pillars of what we lean on, which allows all that money that people donate to either the school or the clinic, every penny to go to that mission that you allocate your money to.
Yeah.
So yesterday I got stung by like 20 African killer bees all over my scalp and my neck and my face and my ankles. Pretty much I'm working for this company just on the side, and it's called Mamabuchi, and Martin Zook is the head of it, and he's out of Europe, and he partners with Bear Grylls, the survival expert. Don't know if you've heard of him. And he partners with my cousin Nathan, and they provide organic African honey, and they export to Europe as well as America under the name Mamabuchi. And it's a really cool program because they have managers over many farmers. And I was talking to one yesterday. He had 100 different farmers under him. And they start out by giving about 5 beehives to each individual family. And these people own the land under the chiefdom. And what we do is we build the beehives and we give them out for free. And we say, just keep track of this. Make sure that, when you're burning all the dead grass down, make sure that it doesn't catch the beehive on fire. And make sure that nobody steals it. And that's pretty much all they have to do. And then 2 times a year, we send out our guys to harvest the honey, and they're able to weigh it in buckets and pay them per kilogram. So it's just an additional income for these farmers to be able to send their kids to school. And it's just such a beautiful program that provides healthy organic honey with all of its natural benefits, which is very similar to the Manuka honey. And if you know anything about that, it's top shelf stuff, like hundreds of dollars, but we're selling it for a lot cheaper, and it helps the community. So I'm doing some media for that, and when I was out recording the harvest, they put me in a bee suit that was Zambia size, and I am taller than Zambian size, and they snuck in my sleeves, they got under my veil, and they're like right in front of me.
Oh my God.
And what they didn't mention was if you kill one of them, it releases a toxin that says to all the other killer bees, that's our target, attack. So once they were inside, I'm like trying to kill them. It did not go well. The other thing is once one stings you, again, it sends off a chemical that says attack this person. And then the third thing is if you start running or moving sporadically, which I was as I sprinted away, which I haven't done in a long time, it told them all to swarm me. And I ran towards the workers for help, and they're like, go away, and I ripped my cap off, and they're like, don't take it off. I'm like, they're underneath. And they had to pick all the stingers out of my head, and God works all things together for good. I have to trust that. And it's a major anti-inflammatory, and so I'm trusting that maybe that helped with something in my body.
Maybe.
Or my back pain.
Yeah.
But back to Easter, you want to tell them about the fun that we had?
Yeah, so we did an Easter egg hunt, I think Saturday. Yeah, Saturday, and a bunch of Easter games. The Easter egg hunt was so fun.
Faith our niece did an awesome
yeah,
job.
there was like, you started out with a little group, it was all age groups, and our group was looking for yellow and orange eggs, and we had a clue, and we read the clue, and then the kids were like, oh, it must be at the apple tree and the banana tree, so we sprint over there, get all the eggs, and then find another clue, and then it leads us to another spot, and it was so fun. We had to make fire and crack an egg.
Yeah, the fire was cool because she had made like a hidden message in a paper for our next clue. So we had to hold up the paper to the flame, and it like came through and came to life, which was super cool.
Yeah, it was really thought out well, and it was so fun. And then after that, we ended up on the soccer field with everyone all together, parents, friends, kids, and we did like a sack race. We did an egg toss, which we won the egg toss.
Athletes over here.
Yeah, we like did, you have a spoon and have the egg on the spoon and do like a little relay race and had snacks. And then we finished by playing kickball, which was really fun. It was just like the best day ever. It was so fun.
It was really fun.
And then after Easter on Sunday, we had an Easter lunch together with family and lots of good, yummy food, which filled our bellies. So
yeah,
very, very good.
Yeah, it was just, I feel like the older you get, the more you get to realize like what all happened in that time and get to appreciate it more. And it was just really heavy for me this Easter season, which was beautiful, but fighting back a lot of tears. I probably should have just let it go, but I did not. Jamie's killing the 75 hard still. I think she's got about another month. And if you don't know anything about that, look at the video before this.
Yeah. So still doing that, and I was sick, and I was still doing it, and
you were sick for like 6 or 7 days.
Yeah, and I am having some knee pain right now, so I'm just taking it easy, doing some like exercises to strengthen other areas and just not hurt any more of my body. But yeah, it's been great.
It's a marathon, not a sprint.
It's been a fun challenge.
Which has been good for me. I have a lot more time to work out now because she's working out, and I'm like, I might as well work out, which it's been really good for me. It's nice to get back in shape and be able to feel strong again, which I used leading up to the surgical camp, like transferring patients, lifting them up so we could wrap them with, the necessary medical dressings, and yeah, it was, it paid off.
Yeah. Just a funny fact I thought I would share. Since moving here, I have been called to jury duty twice since moving here to Zambia. Once in South Carolina, which
isn't our address,
Florida and then
is.
The second time in Florida. So I just thought that was funny, and it's like you never get called to jury duty, and I've been called twice, and we haven't even been here 2 years yet. So just thought it was fun. Funny thing to share.
Yeah, we're starting to think about the trip back, but then we're like, not for jury duty. And then Jamie's been hosting a lot, hosting our surgical team, hosting different family members, and doing a great job making some great food. So that's been really nice. And then our animals. Yeah. Elizabeth is our top fan that wonders about our animals every month. Jasper's doing fantastic. He has a special spot on our couch right now.
Yeah.
And he sleeps there all day and goes out during the night and kills rats and snakes around here and is our pest control, which has been awesome. And then Nala is living it up. We just keep our gate open. She's in and out patrolling the area with our guards and living her best life with the puddles all around. She just plops down in the puddle, gets so dirty. But yeah. She loves life out here in Zambia.
Yeah, they're doing well.
I think that wraps it up.
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Please like and subscribe to this video and follow along for the next months of this journey and see what God's doing, because the path forward keeps unfolding and it's a beautiful thing. So thank you all for watching and thank you all for your support.
Yeah.
We'll see you next time.
Bye, guys.